Hello my good students, welcome back to our War on the Sea Let's Play series as the US Navy. Today carrying straight on as ever from the previous episode, where we have actually sighted a minor task force coming in with a lot of supplies straight towards Milne Bay once again. Seem to have focused us a hell of a lot this campaign, haven't they? Like I said, it is quite a minor threat. The largest ship there is actually the light cruiser Oiro, which we have softened up a tad with some Dauntlesses. So we're going to be trying to get in there today with our New Mexico task force and try and wipe the floor with them. That should be done fairly handily indeed. Other than that, not really any massive goals today. We're on our way to invading Buka in the very north of the map, just south of Rabaul. That will be one of the closer enemy airfields to us. A level 2 airfield stands there. It is a mixed airfield as well, so they will get Hayabusa's, Donryu's, I think they get Toryu's as well, if not Nell's for sure. So we'll see to that when we get to it. Might want to move our Shangri-La up a little closer to deal with that, so that we do have some better air cover there for our supply ships. So I think that's what we're going to do when we get to the map right now. So what we have is, well, a lot of ships. You can see a lot of stuff actually going on. We can see 1, 2, 3, 4 submarines about once again. That's a lot. That's a lot. So what are our fastest, I need to say ships there, what are our fastest planes? We've got some bow fighters here to deal with this one north of Cookton. We are going to send out some lightnings from here to deal with this more southerly submarine, which is threatening our Wasp. So we're going to want to deal with that fairly quickly as well. Probably should have split off some lightning to deal with this particular submarine, but I think that's going to drop off sight before we manage to get over there, unfortunately. Can see one just south of Melita once again. They are really focusing the Straits of Guadalcanal. I mean, as they absolutely should be. You can see our supply ships are evading that anyway, but of course if we leave the submarine alone it will start to contend with that. So what we were saying was we're going to send the Essex up a little closer to deal or help out with these ships over here. That will be able to provide air support over these islands over here to help with Buka. That was just a level 2 airfield like we said previously. We did of course send some Dauntlesses to hit the Oiro as well. Both squads coming back to base over there, and we are just going to send the New Mexico to beeline over that as it stands at the moment. We do have 4 destroyers over here in New Orleans, a Canberra and a Juno. Of course, you have the New Mexico as well. So I think we'll very handily deal with that. I believe it had 2 light cruisers, the Oiro and a Kitakami Nagara, as well as 4 destroyer escorts, along with a lot of supplies there. So it should be fairly easily winning that engagement there. Of course, you never know. I'm sure we'll lose a destroyer or 2, but that's absolutely fine. Let's carry on and try and hit these submarines, shall we? Okay guys, so it's actually been 1 or 2 days since I left you, and that's because the initial task force we were planning on engaging did just directly retreat once it saw our New Mexico coming in. But we have what seems to be another small task force coming in of a similar size perhaps, charging us down here. So we're going to try and see if we can sink that. We don't know what it is just yet. We've just seen that on the strategic map it's very fast moving and a possible 4 ships. So we'll see what we have. Have launched a walrus out from our Canberra over here. We're going to launch that out, of course, ahead of us to see if it will help. Visibility not huge, 67%. So just going to fast forward here. Here we go. Now we're picking things up. What do we have? We have just the usual patrol over here. Interesting. Okay, so this is a patrol that's been about for quite some time. And we just haven't really bothered to get rid of it. So now is the time, apparently. We're going to identify that as a Kuma to begin with. And what's we can't quite identify the destroyer escort with it just yet. We'll send our walrus out anyway. And of course we will waste no time with the New Mexico to try and get some shots out on that. Having said that, we're just going to go to AP, narrow and hold to get our guns into position there. And we'll get some ranging spotting shells out with our secondaries there. And what we will do is we will actually get our walrus to identify the destroyer escort as well, which appears to be once again a Momi or Wakatake. So we will call that a Wakatake for now. Where are we? Just here. How's our solution looking? 70 solution. Might as well just fire out already. Whoa, that's a lot of shots. So we're also, of course, going to not waste our Canberra and New Orleans on the Kuma over here as well. So let's fire those out as well. Thank you. Get some ranging shots. Where is the New Orleans? Just over here. Excellent stuff. Fire out. Thank you. And what we will do is we'll try and actually no, that must be a Kuma because our solution is getting into the 90s. So this is the last Kuma, I believe. Destroyed the other two there. Our range is 20 kilometers. That's quite the long travel time. Very, very close to hitting that though on the first salvo there. Excellent work. Really, really good. Let's get the Chevalier then. No, I thought that was a light cruiser for some reason. Let's get to the Atlanta. On to the Wakatake. What we'll do is get some ranging shots to begin with. Hold out very quickly on that. Where are we? Thought we had another light cruiser, but that's absolutely fine. If that's the case, then we might as well just get our destroyers to start targeting the Wakatake, but they will be out of range just for now, unfortunately. What we have, a 15.9 kilometer range on our destroyers. That's not quite in range then. That's absolutely fine. Just a few kilometers out. But they are coming towards us there, so that's okay. Just make sure that's the same. Yeah, it's 15.9 on the Atlanta as well because they are the same guns. We are getting some hits onto the Kuma finally. And we'll make sure we were firing, of course, with these. That's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, all good there. Excellent stuff. Had a bad feeling that we weren't firing out. So it should be quite the walkover really. Might take a couple glancing hits on a destroyer maybe once they get in range. But hopefully by that time this Kuma should have taken some more severe damage. And there we go. After a little bit of time and a tiny few glancing shots there, we have finally sunk those two patrolling ships. We are going to go back to restock our ammo, and that is absolutely fine. We have been scouting out, and our scout planes have been shot down by zeros anyway, so we do need to restock those. That's absolutely fine. We're coming somewhat closer to Buka now, so that's going to be the main objective for today, I think. We do have some Corsairs already on the way to help out our supplies there. And we had some scouting lightnings to make sure there's no minor destroyers or anything right in the way there. So let's try and get over to that. Yep, there we go. Didn't take very long at all, and we have some nails on the way here. That's brilliant stuff. We do have our Corsairs already about to deal with them. So we're going to get everyone on there, of course, get absolutely every plane that we can onto those nails. We're going to get 2 groups of Corsairs to go straight at them as they are, and another group to go down to 20 meters above sea level, because they are going to start diving there. So this group at least won't have to deal with the tail gunners so much. Going to reduce their speed actually, because we've gone far too quick for the enemy. They're going to actually pull out there, having said that, and then come back around, I think, to try and get those. Don't really want to stay in their tail gunning fire for too long with this group, but really we should probably do the same with our other groups, to be honest, but that's okay. What we're going to do is start targeting these individually. We have already shot down a nail there, so that is brilliant. Let's get that over there, and 2 more on to the number 2 like so, and they can attack as they are now, because the nails are now at a striking altitude. We are still trying to get weirdly onto their back and in the way of their tail gunners. You can see that a couple of our Corsairs are already smoking. We're going to get any shots off on the approach here. That would be nice. That's 1 more down. You see this one already heavily smoking at the rear here. Hopefully it doesn't go down. Absolutely does not. But yeah, that could have gone a bit better. Should certainly have handled that just a little bit better. For 3 nails and so many Corsairs just that much damaged. Not the best there, not the best there, but that's okay. We're going to have some Don Ryus coming in then, and I'm sure once we get some right on top of Buka here, we will see the full force of Rabul, maybe even Cape Hoskins come out. Let's see how long that's going to take actually. It's going to take around 12 hours roughly to get over there. So I think we should just keep going straight over there so that we do get some sort of night cover as we go in and out a tad. That's absolutely fine. Let's just beeline it then rather than faff about. Go straight over. Let's go. Okay, so we have actually made it to Buka under cover of night quite largely, because we did start approaching within most of their radar range towards the later evening. So it is going to be the retreat that's difficult here. We have 12 hours or less than that actually. We've got nothing. We've got like 4 hours, 3.5, 4 hours to get out of their radar range after this. So let's land some troops on there if we're in range there. Excellent. And you know what, that balance of power, of course we didn't have any supplies on that particular group, but that's what this particular group is for. Let's unload here if we can. Excellent. So the balance of power, I really would have thought that there'd be more troops on Buka, but that's absolutely brilliant. That will be ours within a couple days, I should imagine. So brilliant, not a massive investment there troops wise. What's going to matter now is getting out of here unscathed, and that is going to be the challenge, of course. So let's ruddy bloody go. I am thinking of upgrading that. We do have the fuel over here, but of course we don't have the engineering. It will take about 360 engineering to upgrade that, if I remember the numbers correctly. We don't have any really spare about outside of our main home islands there, but that's absolutely fine. We do have a little bit at New Georgia, so we could take that over, but need to ask ourselves, is that entirely necessary? We'll see exactly what we get on the level 2 airfield there, but that would be brilliant either way. So let's retreat out and see what we get on the next day. Okay, so on the retreat, it appears we might have some nails on our back here. We have got brought in some lightnings from New Georgia. Let's bring those in. Ooh, we have quite a few planes here. We have some Toryus, got some Donryus, got some more Donryus. Wow. Everything. Alright, so the priority is going to be the Donryus. So let's take off fire at will, just so we have a little more control over here. Let's go for this rear group first with these lightnings. That should do very nicely there. And for the second group, we'll go for these ones over here. What we're going to do then is actually lay some smoke with everyone. Let's just make sure we have control of that. Yeah, lay smoke, actually reduce our speed so we stay in the smoke, but we are of course going to start turning out as well. Let's break off like so. Just scatter everyone a tad, bring the summers and such round, be okay. Really, this is a massive kick up the arse that we do need 1 or 2 more destroyers in here. for radar, and smoke it, of course, a fire. But if we take some hits, that's absolutely fine. Carrying some big bombs onto these Donryus. Looks like, yeah, they are going for this rear C3 over here. So what I'm going to do is remove the nav point and just turn a little tighter there. Hopefully the lightnings do, of course, come in before we get over there and before they drop. Whether that's the case or not, might not. No, they're just not going to fire on the approach, and they are dropping. So we could be losing a couple ships here, guys. About bloody time, I'm sure some of you are saying. Let's have a look. That should be coming into contact very soon. Oh, that was a very lucky dud bomb there. Looks like that was both drops as well, actually. So very much in our favour there. Very much in our favour indeed. Still haven't quite got a full Donryu group here, but that's okay. Tailing this over here, looks like... what are we doing with these? That's absolutely fine. They are staying on their orders we did give them for the most part. That's okay. We can really worry about the Toryus a bit more now that the Donryus have dropped. There's not a lot more they can do. Of course, do want to shoot them down if possible, simply because they will be returning, of course, in the future. So we can get an early shot out here with some range. There we go. And we'll tell this lightning to come round, I think, and help with these Donryus over here. And of course this lightning is turning around. Let's give that a slightly tighter turn there. Doesn't look like it's going to really try too hard there, though, does it, to try and get on the tail of this Toryu. We're looking okay over here with everything. Excellent. Getting on the back, trying to help out our lightnings here in the dogfight. So it looks like the Toryus aren't too bothered to fire with their main guns, which is of course good for us, but I would like a little bit of you know, a little bit of fight here. Let's go to max speed over here so we do catch up with these Donryus here, and we'll see if we can get a shot off on this Toryu here. So we can get that down. Excellent. Do have some nails we didn't see, actually. That is quite the miss. Let's bring these down. Oh dear. Oh dearie dear. Should have seen that a lot earlier, really. We may have to jingle jangle move around with our ships here. Do the twist. Yeah, let's absolutely do the twist. Let's turn into that. What does it look like they're going for? It's really difficult to tell with all the smoke we've laid. I can't see for anything myself. Try it. No, we're missing that. That's okay. Let's reduce our speed there so we get more time onto these nails. No, can't quite see that. Let's keep turning though. Come on. That's 2 down. We're going to get them. I don't know if they've dropped. That's the thing. Really don't know if they've dropped, but they are down. What we're going to do then is assume they did drop and just tell our ships to stop turning out into them. And that should be okay, I think. We shall see. We shall just have to see. I think it is just a couple Toryus left. Now let's have a look. Yeah, just 3 enemy planes left. Oh, brilliant. Excellent. Try and get hold of that. What we're doing over here. Got 2 Toryus on 1 lightning here. What I'm going to do is tell this lightning to come back around over here. So, yeah, that should do. And we'll tell a couple of lightnings to come and help us out, I think. Would really help. Would really be good there. There we go. Tell 1 more to go over. And I think we'll be good there. I think we will be fine. And that should be the majority of their planes downed, actually, from Buka. So actually we're going to tell our ships here to stop. Wish there was just a halt button there. That's okay. A button in the same way that we have brake, form up and such. Just a halt would be brilliant. Drop anchor or something. Alrighty, that is that, I think. Let's continue the retreat. We do, of course, see the usual patrols over here and cargo ships. That's absolutely fine. They shouldn't be coming to threaten us at all. A bit wary of what this possible 4 ships is. Of course, we'll have a look at that in just a second. I'll give you a report on that in the future. But like I say, let's carry on and retreat out of here. Okay guys, so it has just been the turn of the next day cycle. We're still in the same day, but you know, things have turned around. We have been resupplied, and already Buka is now under our control. Disgusting work there. The quickest invasion. Can't quite launch anything just yet. Need to wait a little bit of time. There is still some resistance there as well. That's absolutely fine. We'll clear that up very soon. But what I'm thinking is the New Mexico over here should probably have a battleship buddy. And we might even send one to the CA group over here. What we're going to get out is... we've got 2 modern battleships, so we are going to go for a older standard class battleship. Let's have a look at sensors and armor to try and justify exactly which one we want. So they should have some very nice armor actually, because of the general designs the older battleships took. Slightly more heavier armored, of course, than the more modern battleships. They are all uniform in that actually. So the Colorado's torpedo defense is 75%. That could be very tasty actually. How much does that cost? 75. Don't quite have enough for 2 at once here. That's the problem. Do we reinforce where we're already fairly strong, or do we reinforce where we're slightly weaker is the thing. Sometimes that sounds like a no-brainer, but you do need to worry about the positioning as well. And if I'm honest, the position of the New Mexico is quite likely going to attract more heavier, or much heavier task forces there, because we have seen throughout this campaign historically the Japanese have focused Milne Bay, so that's what we're thinking about at the moment. We do have less variety over here, so I think we are going to chuck in another standard battleship for the New Mexico there. So it just comes down to a matter of taste really. Not so many secondary guns on the Pennsylvania and Arizona there. But I think let's go for the Arizona specifically, shall we? Where are we? Let's go over here like that. 60 points. Thank you very much. Let's go over then. Do we need anything else over? They got 4. We've got a light cruiser. Should be fine really with a single light cruiser. Let's just take that over, and that will be brilliant. Excellent. So you see the Wasp over here. That's because it has been very, 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 very quiet of late, hasn't it? And I think we can absolutely go without the Wasp for a bit. So we're just going to resupply its air groups there while it is quiet, and just take advantage of that. As far as other investments go, I did want a few more supply ships, didn't I? The problem with that, we should really... Problem with that is that now we've invested in a battleship, I want at least 5 or 6 new supply ships. We do only have 46 points, so we'll have to rack up those points ourselves, and of course start... we'll just wait around for the new resupply time, which will be another week, of course. So what we'll do is carry on, get one more engagement in, and I think that'll be it for today, guys. Well, that's quite a surprise. Been scouting the usual places. Sure, you've seen, you know, looking out for that Yamato. Might have just reacquired it. That's rather strange position for this particular task force here. So what we're going to do is, before we do anything, we're going to get some B-17s out. This is a habit we really need to get into actually doing. Going to get 4 1.6 1,000. That's probably not going to be quite enough range there. No, it's just out of range. 4 1,000 pounders should do it. Just double check. Do we want volume or weight? I think we're going to go for volume because these are, of course, definitely armor-piercing bombs. I believe the 2,000 pounders are HE. So let's go for that. Mark it up very quickly while we do have clear sight on it. And go in and see what we've got, shall we? Very lucky spot there, actually. That could have gone in and done something to Guadalcanal there. And we would have been none the wiser, would have no idea. Where the ruddy bloody hell is it? Where are you? I can't. It's so dark. Let's just use this to our advantage. Okay, so we've got an Issei. We're being treated today, guys. Oh my god. I wonder when this would come out. Guys, this needs... I'm sorry, we're taking this on with our B-17s. Look at this monster. For those that are possibly slightly unaware, this is the Taiho. Let's just illustrate for those that are unaware of what... I'm just clicking between that. Who are unaware of exactly what the Taiho is. So it's a late-tier aircraft carrier. Very late design. Where are we? Very excited. And there's only one in class. It's more of a blueprint design. It did exist. Very, very late. Where are we? Sensors and armor. It's an armored aircraft carrier. Look at that. That's basically a heavy cruiser. Maybe even a little more heavily armoured than heavy cruiser. That is excellent. Look at that. And its flight consists of 22 A675 Reisens, 22 Suisei Judys, and 21 Tenzen torpedo bombers. Rather nasty indeed. And of course it's escorted by a Issei, which is nothing really to scoff at actually. Let's take a look at the armour of the Issei. It will be on normal BB since they don't count as SBBs on here. Where are we? Yep, very, very nasty indeed. That belt is disgusting. We have a Myoko as well. Just so I can talk with some clarity about some the armour types there. Yeah, so the belt armour of the Myoko is 102mm and the deck is 70mm. Let's go back to the Taiho here. And that is actually more heavily armoured than the heavy cruiser over here. So that will take some massive bombs to take that down. We also have a foot attacker, possibly Kuma Nagara. Just clarify this, the Kuma we thought we sunk previously was actually Nagara, so we still need to get rid of one of those. And we have an Alba. This is a triple heavy cruiser group. This is what we've been waiting to see. This is what I said. Even though we've been sinking minor task forces, minor ships, it's going to start forcing out these bigger threats now because they do still have these available. And this is exactly what we're looking for. Horrible, but a brilliant opportunity nonetheless. And they have an Agano. This is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Only 3 destroyers, but to be honest, with everything else, that really doesn't make a lot of difference. So we've got a Fubuki, Shiratsu, and a Hatsuharu over here. Interesting. I'm going to be nasty though, guys. I'm going to be very, very nasty. We're going to try and hit that with our B-17 soon. But I think we're going to try and hit it with lightnings first. And that's going to be it for today. Let's absolutely make sure we can take that. We might even try getting a surface engagement. You know what? With this particular task force, that would be quite the beefy surface engagement. Quite a spicy one. And fairly challenging, actually, with the variety of ships they have. But that would be after we sink the Taiho there. Which is going to be a challenge in itself. So let's try and deal with that. Yeah, let's ignore that pop-up and actually keep this over so we do have true sight on there. How are we looking? Which way is it going? Let's bring that back on over here. Also, that'll go down, no worries. It is just going straight towards us there. Should be able to pick that up. There we go. Let's go. Excellent. We have picked up the attention of their fighters, so we're going to turn off fire at will and just ignore them, go straight for the Taiho here. We are going to go for the rear, like so. Increase speed, go all the way down to a 30-meter drop, and what we're going to do is line ahead, like so. And we're going to do exactly the same with this group. Full speed, 30 meters, all the way down, thank you, to their rear. Let's have a look. The visibility is 60%, so we're actually slightly blessed there that their flak shouldn't fire out quite so easily for us. It is the number 1. Excellent. Let's make sure we have targeted that properly before we give an attack order for nothing. And what we'll do is we'll come back down to normal speed now. 60% visibility means, of course, we won't know where the fighters are until it's too late, but that's okay. Going to just adjust our angle a tad here so that we are more central to their ship. And we'll just make sure we're okay like this. Yeah, that's okay. And I think we'll slow down a tad so I can maneuver this a tad better. Yeah, and I think we're coming from here. Break and attack, guys. Thank you very much for you. These guys need to slow down a tad so I can deal with that a tad better. I've buggered this attack up just a tad. Slow down once again, and I think, you know what, just break an attack from here. Thank you very much. How's that going to look? We have already lost the lightning, unfortunately. These guys might not even hit. Look at the spread there. Yeah, 1 hit, quite a big hit. That's not going to do too much though by itself, unfortunately. 2 hits there, really not optimal. That is not going to sink. We get some extra explosions there. Let's all form up then and just get out, really. Just get out. We was hoping for something a little bit better. Maybe we should have changed our formation. Maybe we should have given orders a little earlier so they could align themselves a bit better. That's okay. Only moderate damage, not going to develop much at all there. That's okay. We possibly slowed it down. Speed is 25 knots. I don't know what the maximum is for that. It's maximum of 33, but then again it does have to stay in formation with the Issei there. So it does have to match that speed, so it's a little difficult to tell. We're just going to run away from these tendons over here. Look at that, or the racens rather. It's a really nice model on this actually, and very, very nasty plane. Very, very nasty indeed. So yeah, we are just going to run away and retreat, I think. So there we go. A couple of lightnings lost, not a problem. Once again, we do have the B-17s coming in. We'll just adjust their course a tad. And the problem now is actually going to be keeping sight of that. Going to, of course, come in with some, I've forgotten what they're called now, Havocs. Bloody names right in front of me. And we're going to bring in, I think, some Mariners as well, both for sight and striking power there. But that will do for today, guys. I did say 1 more engagement for today, otherwise it will drag on a hell of a long time. Could get really soaked up into that. We will save that for the next video. I do apologise. So, having said that, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope you're looking forward to the next video. If we keep sight on that, fingers crossed, that should be very, very spicy indeed. So, I shall see you then. I've been the Edified Gamer, and I hope your nights and days are auspicious. Goodbye.